Hello, everybody. Welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about the new NFL kickoff rule. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next videos. So because of player safety, at least that's what the NFL says, they've decided to change the kickoff rule after the whole history always being done in a certain way, not always from the same yard line. And the reason is because they get too much of a running start, players get injured, they get concussions, so they want to prevent that running start. So what they did is they changed the rules. So the kick is still going to be from the 35, and if there's a safety, like what's called a safety kick, that's still from the 20-yard line. Neither of those changed. It's the lineup that changed.
Right.
So now, instead of being on the 35-yard line, the team that's kicking off moves up to the opponent's 40-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's all 10 players. The kicker is going to be on the 35, and he can't go past the 50 until the ball is touched or hits the ground.
Right.
And the players also can't move until it's touched or it hits the ground. Mm-hmm. So now the defending team, who's receiving the kickoff, is going to be on the 30-yard line or 35-yard line. They have to have 9 players on the 35, and they can have 2 other players that can be as far back as the 30. The other 2 players can be in a different location between the 30 and the 35, but they must be outside the hash marks. The other 2 players have to be in the landing zone. That's between the goal line and the 20-yard line. So they can't be in the end zone, apparently. Now, the rules are any kick that falls short of the landing zone, which again is between the 0 and the 20, treated like kickoff out of bounds, and the ball spotted in the 40-yard line. Mm-hmm. All right, so what they're talking about here is between the 20 and anything towards where the person's kicking it.
Mm-hmm.
So not the end zone and not between the 0 and 20. So any kick that falls short of the landing zone is treated like a kick off out of bounds, and the ball started at the 40. Play would be blown dead as soon as the kick lands short of the landing zone. So it's not a live ball when it lands between the 20 and the 40.
Right.
Okay. Any kick that hits in the landing zone must be returned. Mm-hmm. Any kick that hits in the landing zone and then goes into the end zone must be returned or down by the receiving team. If down, then the touchback is at the 20-yard line. Mm-hmm. If the kick hits in the end zone, stays in bounds, returned or down, then it's on the 30-yard line. And they're doing that to encourage kicks. Any kick that goes back out of the end zone is a touchback to the 30-yard line. So if it lands in the end zone, it's going to be to the 30-yard line. So they don't want the kicker kicking it past the goal line route. I actually like the rule. It seems a little complicated, but when you break it down, if you kick it past the goal line, right, it's going to come out in the 30. The person doesn't return it.
Right.
You kick it in the landing zone where you go automatically going to, they're forced to return it.
Plus, also, if you kick it in the 20 in between the landing zone and the ball rolls into the end zone, the players have to either run it, they still have to return it, or they can down it in the end zone.
So they're definitely encouraging returns. And so that's what you want to see. You want to see returns, but you don't want to see people get concussions or injured. And they won't be flying with a 50-yard sprint on it. If it's a safety and they kick it, everything stays the same. Nothing changes. They're kicking it from the 20, just like they're kicking for the 35. And then the lineup is what the current lineup is. The new rule lineup is what's taking place. Mm. So even on a safety kick, you got the protection of not being running down 50 yards down the.
Right.
If I understand the rules properly, you can't, before the fourth quarter, you can't do an onside kick. But as the fourth quarter begins, the team trailing has the opportunity to declare an onside kick to the officials. Mm-hmm. Current onside rules apply. If the onside kick goes beyond the setup zone untouched, kicking team penalized, and the return team would start the drive at the 20-yard line. So I guess I'll have to see that in action. But apparently in the fourth quarter, you can try to do an onside kick, but you can't do that anymore with a surprise onside kick.
Mm-hmm.
So everything else is pretty self-explanatory. If there's a penalty, that will not change with a kickoff. It will not change the landing zone or the setup zone. It changes where they kick it from. And that's about it. So anyways, let us know what you think of the new rule. I guess until we see it a lot, we won't have a definite opinion on it. But I like the new rule change because it encourages kick returns. A lot of times it would go into the end zone and we wouldn't get a kick return.
Yes, it's the end zone, yeah. So
we'll see. The kick return might not be as exciting as when they ran it from, when the guys are coming from farther away, but it still could result in a long run. So we'll see what happens. All right, let us know what you think of this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell. When you do, we cover basketball and football. If you see a bunch of Caitlin Clark videos, that's because football season hadn't started. We just started in April. So that's why we're doing football videos now, because football season started.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats and super thanks. And there's a link to PayPal. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.